everyone, and welcome to Checkers Library TV. I'm Checkers the Inventor, and this here is my robot pal, Snoozer.
Hello, I am Snoozer.
It's great to have you guys with us. Now, we're just here on a nice stroll on a spring day with a lot of things to celebrate. And the first thing I want to talk about is just how long we've been together. We've been together since our September program, so that's 9 months if we look all the way back at the beginning of the school year. And I know a lot of you guys have had a tough year, a lot of things changed, a lot of things have been going on, but we're so glad that you stuck it out with us for the whole year, celebrating all the things we've been doing, having fun doing crafts, talking about books, and just being along with us for all the other great surprises that we were part of. So we wanted to thank you guys for being with us all year round. And speaking of that, I'd like to talk about some of the great things we did for the school year. Now, one of the things I really want to mention is something that's really important to me, and it's really important to all of you guys who love books, who love reading, who love being creative and imaginative, and that is writing my own stories, and something that you guys can do at home, writing your own stories. So let's take a quick look back at that video about me talking about my own stories. Ever since I was really young, I wanted to become a real author with my own published book, a real book that you could go to the library and check out. But of course, whenever you're younger, you might not have enough money to do it. You might need to be an adult to do some of the things you have to do to get a book published. It just seems so complicated when you're little. So the good thing is you can start really simple, and that's what I did. I just started out with, a pencil and a paper, and I had some markers, and I started making my own stories. And of course, the library theme is Imagine Your Story. You could be imagining your story today. I told you on our last show that I like to imagine my own stories and write my own stories, and here is a story I wrote when I was younger. Now, this is actually about the Pink Panther, which is a cartoon I watched when I was younger, so I wanted to kind of base it on something I knew. But you could also come up with your own characters, You could write a story about somebody you do know, like Mickey Mouse, Bugs Bunny, or you could come up with something totally different, totally new, whatever you want, and it's a great thing to do. You can use your imagination, come up with some adventure or story you want to tell, write the words, you can have your mom and dad help you write the words, and then you can draw your pictures however you want. Now, it took me a while. I spent a lot of years working on things like this. This is just one example, but eventually I got my chance to write a real story, which was in 6th grade. We had a class project where they were going to help make our own book that we could publish, and it was really awesome, really special. It was part of our project, and I wrote a story called The City of Zod, which was about 3 explorers who come across scary and ferocious giants, and it was a lot of fun coming up with my own story, like I said, using my imagination. And we did use markers to illustrate our books, and then we had our got to write text on the book and have a real book. It was pretty special. The only problem with this book was I couldn't go to a library to check it out or anything like that, but I could still have it at home with me and have my own book. And then I spent a lot of time working on creating characters, of course, creating things like Snoozer, one of my great inventions, my other stuff that I've been building out for years, coming up with ideas, and eventually I wanted to take all these ideas and bring it down into a real book. And that is when I was lucky enough to meet somebody named Rachel D'Annunzio, who is a published author. She's written over a dozen books with all sorts of different characters and storylines and many different things she's written about, and she's a great author. And I met with her, coming to her with my idea of what I wanted to do for my story. And she was nice enough to help me work through my story and also illustrate it, take my ideas and create characters that she would draw on paper and bring them to life. She had me as an illustration, she had Snoozer, and anything else that was in my head, she brought into a real book, and it came out last year. We published our first book, which is so special to me to have, there's me, there's Snoozer on it. This is called Checkers and Snoozer, Snoozer's Science Adventure. Now, this book's about Snoozer traveling to a science museum. So you've got all the cool things. You've got a map of Fuzzleland. You've got Snoozer traveling in a car, going to the museum, and having a little bit of trouble happen when Snoozer's got a sneezing problem. But this was so awesome to me to actually have a book that I could check out at a library. Now, we sent this to many different libraries that had it available where people could go to the library, take this book home with them, and I heard a lot of awesome feedback from different readers across the world, just like you guys, who checked this book out, read it, and let us know what they thought of it, and it was really awesome to me. And we've also moved on now. Dr. Dan, who you guys know, has helped us write another book, which is Snoozer Meets Dr. Dan, another Checkers and Snoozer adventure. Snoozer afraid to go to the doctor, but learning that going to the doctor is not so scary, especially when your doctor is as cool and fun as Dr. Dan is. Alrighty, well that's something you guys can do today. Start writing your own stories, coming up with your own characters. A lot of great things you guys can do right from home. And who knows, maybe one day you'll become published authors just like I got to become. What a great dream of mine that came true, and it can come true for you guys as well. Alright, well we are in the month of May, and that means there are a lot of great days to celebrate, but first and foremost, we are in the month of May, so here's something cool. May is National Bike Month. And that makes a lot of sense because the weather's getting warmer out. We're bringing our bikes back out from storage. Some people are living in warm parts of the country and they've been riding their bikes all over the place. But other people are just getting their bikes out and start riding again. We can go on long rides, short rides, ride in our backyard, ride in our front yard, make little roads in our driveway to come up with imaginary locations that we're pretending to be riding our bikes in. There is so much we can do with our bikes and so many imaginative adventures to go on. And with riding our bikes comes bike safety. And that is why later in the show, we're going to be talking about books based on bike safety. I'm going to bring that back, and hopefully you guys will get a chance to check out some books at the library about bicycles, bike safety, and other books on safety. That's really important at this time of year, now that we're going outside more. All right, now another thing coming up in the month of May, May 5th is National Astronaut Day. And May 7th is National Space Day. So those are two great national days that are just 2 days apart, and they work together perfectly. Because if we're learning about space, we also like to talk about astronauts, the people that go up into space and are really smart, know a lot about the different planets and the solar system and how space works, asteroids. Oh my gosh, there's so much great stuff to learn about space. Now, Zot, I think this would be a great time to pull you up. Can you give us some information about different books we could check out on space?
Zot the robot at your service. Today's selections are Moon, Earth's Best Friend by Stacy McAnulty, Stars in Space by Johnny Marks, Mousetronaut by Mark Kelly, There's No Place Like Space by Tish Rabe. 4 books about space to read. Goodbye.
Well, it all starts by going to the library and just being excited about learning. If you like space, if you like astronauts, go to the library and check out books about those things. Maybe the ones Zot talked about. If they don't have those, maybe your library has other great books. Wouldn't it be great if you wanted to be an astronaut today and you grew up to become an actual astronaut? That would just be spectacular. And like I say, it starts today just by learning and going out and trying to learn new things that we don't know, because who knows what we'll discover. All right, well, we have a great show for today. Dr. Dan's going to be giving a health tip. We've, of course, got Mrs. Hamilton doing all the great stuff she's going to be doing, reading books, doing a craft, and later we're going to be talking about books ourselves. Susan's got the joke of the week, other great surprises, all coming to you guys right here on Checkers Library TV.
Did you know? There are over 1 billion bicycles found all over the world. Tandem bicycles are made to be ridden by 2 or more people. Although unicycles and tricycles don't have 2 wheels, they are sometimes still referred to as bikes. Before the word bicycle became popular, bikes were typically called velocipedes. The library has tons of books about bicycles. Visit the library to learn more.
Well, it is getting a lot warmer outside, and Snoozer and I were thinking, one time we got to talk with a man named Brian Parry, who owns a very famous ice cream company, Parrys Ice Cream, which is located in Akron, New York, right near the Newstead Library. So why don't we bring out that video of the time we got to meet Brian Parry, and it might get you guys in the mood for summer and ice cream and all that great stuff. So let's pull it up right now. Wow! We're here. All right, well, let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. Let's get to know Brian Parry. How you doing, Brian?
Great. Good morning. How you doing?
Fantastic. Now, we're really excited to have you as a guest, and of course, it's our family-owned business, Parrys Ice Cream. So how long have you been involved with Parrys?
Ever since I got my first popsicle 2 years old, when I walked out the back door and got it myself. So I was a little bit hungry one night. I needed a popsicle to take care of my craving, and that was the beginning of it.
Wow. So you've been around for really a long time now. It's a family business, so has your
Yes.
whole family been involved in ice cream?
Yes, it started with my great-grandfather back in 1918 when he bought the Akron milk route. And then from there, my grandfather got involved, and my father, my uncle, my aunt. And now with this generation, it's my sister, my brother-in-law, myself, my wife. So yeah, it's a family business.
Yeah, a whole bunch of family members. That's always great when you get your whole family involved in making ice cream and stuff like that. That's fantastic. So how long? What's like your favorite thing about making ice cream?
Favorite thing is coming up with the new flavors and trying them out fresh off the line. There's nothing better than fresh ice cream before it's even frozen.
Is there a job? Does anyone get to be like the official ice cream taster?
We have the most applicants sign up for that job. Everybody wants to know if they can be that tester.
Yeah, I might throw myself in for that.
Sure. There's an awful long list, but we'll try to.
So it is a job. Somebody actually tests the ice
it's
cream.
part of everybody's job, if
Right.
you will. We do have 3 what we call like ice cream gurus that do make up different flavors for us and give us something new every week to try. So it's always interesting.
So how many like new flavors do you come up with every year?
Oh, it varies from maybe 5 or 6 to 20, depending on
Wow,
different
20 different
lines,
flavors.
different flavors, different concepts, just whatever.
So who comes up with the names? There's a lot of funny names I've seen before.
Yeah, that's always interesting. We always just put them out to people and let them all, basically say, come up with the ideas to do that. So because there's really, you never know what somebody's gonna come up with, and everybody's creative. So just throw it out there and see what happens.
Oh, that's fantastic. So how many different flavors do you guys have?
Oh my gosh. For our ice cream stands where you go and buy cones and that, we have about 80 different flavors we offer for them. And in the supermarkets for the half gallon, which is now the 1.5, everybody of course is downsized, we have about 45 to 50 that are out there at any given time.
Wow. So there's so many different flavors for people to choose from. It's not just a couple. That's awesome. All right, well, we have something very important. This is the fast questions. Are you ready to go?
I am.
All right, first question. What is your favorite movie?
Quiet Place 2.
Favorite ice cream flavor?
Mint Ting-a-ling.
I think we got that one. What's like your dream vacation?
Dream vacation is getting back to Marco Island, Florida.
Pizza or subs?
Pizza.
Cars or trucks?
Ooh, trucks every day.
Fishing or hiking?
Hiking.
What is one interesting thing about you that we don't know yet?
That is interesting. It's always the most interesting one. Boy, you got me on that one. I was on stage with the Goo Goo Dolls for an entire concert one time.
Wow, that's a band. That's a band right from
local band Buffalo. Yep.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. Now you mentioned A Quiet Place 2, so that was a film, and they were shot right in this area.
Right
is that
here
correct?
in Akron, yes, right on Main Street was a major part of where everything was shot. The release was supposed to have been, of course, this March, and we got held up on that, but hopefully we'll do that later this fall.
I'm sure we're gonna have like a Parrys in there somewhere.
Oh, there might be some Parrys signs or an ice cream stand somewhere in that shoot.
Oh, that is so cool. That's awesome. All right, well, Brian, thank you so much. It was really fun getting to know you, and we had a lot of fun with it. And we will have another special guest here next time on Let's Get to Know.
If you would like to email Checkers and Snoozers, send your emails to checkers@checkerslibrarytv.com. We always look forward to hearing from you.
Going to listen to a story. And the story is called Pete the Cat and the Bad Banana. Have you ever had a bad banana? I wonder why his banana is bad. Let's find out. The author of Pete the Cat books is James Dean. Pete the Cat cat is eating a banana. Pete loves bananas. They are sweet and tasty and easy to peel, especially if you peel it from the bottom, huh? Every morning, Pete puts a banana in his cereal. Sometimes Pete puts a banana on his peanut butter sandwich. But one day, Pete eats a bad banana. Oh, I see. It's a little bruised. Have you ever had a banana when it's a little bruised like that? It has a lot of brown spots on it. The banana is gross. The banana is mushy. The banana is yucky. Pete's tummy hurts. I will not eat bananas again, Pete tells his mom. Pete's mom tries to help. She bakes Pete's favorite, banana bread. Mrs. Hamilton loves banana bread. Pete will not touch it. She makes Pete a banana cream pie. Pete will not eat it. That's yummy too. She gets Pete a big banana split. No thanks, Pete says. Instead, Pete tries a lemon. It is yellow, like a banana. Pete tastes it. Yuck, says Pete. The lemon is sour. Yes, if you eat lemons, they are sour. I tried to give Jack a lemon once. It didn't go very well. Pete tries a pickle. It is long, like a banana. Pete tastes it. Better, Pete said, but not as good as a banana. Pete tries an orange. It has to be peeled, like a banana. The orange is sweet, but it is too juicy, and it makes Pete's paws sticky. Pete tries fish, plums, rice, hot dogs, watermelon, and his mom's nut bread. Pete eats them all. He is not hungry for bananas anymore. Oh my, look at his belly. I think he ate a little too much food. Then comes the big race. What should Pete have for breakfast? A pickle? No, Pete doesn't eat pickles for breakfast. Look what number he is. 3. And his headband says run. A hot dog? No, Pete just had a hot dog for dinner last night. A lemon? No, that's silly. Pete wants a banana. They're yummy and healthy. Bananas are the best. Do you have another banana? Pete asks. Of course, says Greg the monkey. Well, that was very nice of Greg to share with Pete the cat. That's what being a good friend is, when you share. Pete peels the banana slowly. It is not brown. It is not mushy. Pete takes a teeny tiny bite. It is a yummy banana. It is the best banana ever. So here they are at the start. Thanks to Greg and his banana, Pete wins the race. Pete is bananas for bananas. And look at that. He won the race. He was the first one to finish. And I wonder if it was because he made a healthy choice. Yeah, sometimes when we eat a food, it might not taste good and then we might not want to eat it for a while. But then we soon forget because not all bananas are mushy like that, because once in a while.
Hey everyone, it's Dr. Dan here with our healthy tip of the week. Now, this week's healthy tip is all about something that's very important this time of year, and that is using sunscreen. Now, spending time outside in the sun is fantastic, and we should do a lot of it. But too much of a good thing can be a bad thing, and that is the case with sunlight. Now, the sun is very powerful and has something called UV rays or ultraviolet rays that are beams that can move into our skin and cause damage if we get too many of them. Luckily, there's something we can do about that, and you guessed it, it is sunscreen. Now, sunscreen has a special chemical that coats our skin and prevents a lot of those UV rays from getting inside. Now, there's a lot of different types of sunscreen and a lot of different strengths, but the biggest thing to remember is to always put it on before we're going to be spending a significant amount of time out in the sun. Now, how often should we put sunscreen on? Well, for starters, we should put the sunscreen on about 30 minutes before we're going to be spending time outside. And then put it back on about every 2 hours or any time we get wet, such as coming out of the pool or coming out of the lake at the beach.
Excuse me, Dr. Dan.
Oh, hey Snoozer, what's up?
Do I need to wear sunscreen, even if it's cloudy?
Awesome question, Snoozer. I'm really glad you asked that. The answer is absolutely. We always need to put sunscreen on when we're going to be spending time outside, even if it's not sunny, even if it's totally cloudy. In fact, most of the time people get sunburned is when they didn't think about putting it on because it wasn't sunny out. Like we talked about, the sun is super powerful and its UV rays can easily move through the clouds and cause sunburn. So always, if you're going to be spending time outside, put on sunscreen and reapply it every 2 hours.
Very astute answer. Thank you.
All right, Snoozer, I'll catch you later. Now the final question is, how do we protect our eyes when we're out in the sun? Well, that's easy. Always make sure you have a nice pair of sunglasses at all times. That's it for me, everyone. I'm Dr. Dan. This is Checkers Library TV, and I will see you later.
And now it's time for...
The joke of the week. What do you call a sunburned librarian? Well read. Thank you very much.
Well, it's time to make our craft, and we are today making a banana craft. Isn't he cute? So it looks just like a real banana, except he's going to have 2 eyes and a mouth and 2 little black dots. So I have all my pieces ready in this bag here. So let me just dump them out. Come out, come out. This is going to be pretty easy to make, but we are going to be doing a little cutting today. We are going to try and cut out that banana. So I'm going to open my pencil box, get my scissors, and let's see if we can remember how to hold the scissors to pick them up the right way. So we got to put our thumb in the little hole and our other fingers in the bigger hole. And you have to keep your thumb up. So your thumb shouldn't be under you, it should be on top. Okay? And then you can start anywhere. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to close and open. Close and open. Push forward a little. And do you remember the trick? Turn the paper, not the scissors. Turn the paper, not the scissors. So I'm just opening and closing. I'm doing my best work. If you make a mistake and you get a little rip, no worries. We can just fix it with a little piece of tape. So I think I'm just about done. One more snip. It always feels so good to get done. Just want to make sure I have it right. So the thicker part is going to be up top and the thinner part is going to be down. So once you get that finished, you are going to need your glue, and we are going to be gluing on the pieces. So I think it'll be easy if we add this part, which is the part that we usually use to open the banana. And we're going to put that right at the tippy top. So open your glue If you need to push it up a little bit, that's okay, but don't do it a lot. And then I'm going to put a little up at the top and stick on this piece. Now, we've got two itty bitty black ovals. So the smaller one, I think, goes up at the top. So I'm going to stick it right in the glue and put it here. And then there's a longer black oval piece that goes on the very bottom. We didn't even need to have those. I just, whoops, uh-oh. Mrs. Hamilton didn't press down and count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because the top of my banana just fell right off. All right, looks good enough to eat, huh? Now we just need to add the eyes and the mouth. So I like to always look at the one I made first. Kind of get an idea of where to put them. Maybe like that. He's a happy banana, isn't he? So you can make 2 little dots. 1 dot, 2 dots. Doop, doop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the mouth. I think it's just, we're gonna add some glue. And then stick it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And stick it there. How does that look? It's a very happy banana.
Hello and welcome to Checkers Loves Books. This is the part of the show where I recommend books that I think you should be reading. And we have a whole bunch of fantastic books to read today. Books for older readers and books for younger readers. We're going to start with the younger readers, but all the books today are about safety. And for the younger readers, I have Smokey the Bear. Now, if you haven't heard of Smokey the Bear yet, he's a great character in these books. There he is. He's a little bear, and he's helping you guys learn all about how to be safe, especially when we're going to out camping or anything like that. Look at this book. It's got a lot of really nice pictures, how to put out fires safely, how to really keep track of a lot of things, and it's a really fun series of books. You can read one Smokey book or go on to other ones, and like I said, they always teach you about being safe, being careful, and making sure we're taking care of all the things we should. Really fun and really informative, and I love reading that book. Now, when it came to reading books for older readers, I was having a little bit of trouble, and that is why it's always great to go to the library and see what kinds of books they have, because when I went to the library, they had all sorts of books all about safety that I really enjoyed picking out, and we're going to talk about today. Now, when you get older, being safe takes on a much wider group of things it could be. It could be books about how to be safe during emergencies, how to be safe on the internet, how to be safe when we're riding a bike, or anything like that. These are awesome books, and there's a whole bunch. This one's all about strangers. So as we get older, we have to learn about being safe in a lot of different categories. But the one I want to really talk about today is this one, which is being safe on a bike. This book has a really fun character. It's Safety Sam. He's a little mouse, and he's going to help you guys learn about different ways to be safe. We have to make sure we're always wearing a helmet, because up to 70% of all head-related injuries could be prevented if we were all wearing helmets. But this book has so much more to it. It's got things about riding on the road and pavement. It's got things about all the riding rules, and it's got parts of the bike that you might want to know. And in the back of the book, there's a quiz with Safety Sam where you can kind of go over the stuff you learned and make sure you remembered all the material from the book. When you're a little bit younger, you can have your parents read the book to you. But when you get older, you can be reading these books for yourself and learning all the material. So we talked about safety books for older readers and the Smokey the Bear books for younger readers. Great books to learn about safety, and they'll also have a lot of fun while you're doing it. Well, we had a lot of fun this time, and we'll be back next time right here on Checkers Loves Books. Checkers Library TV is made possible by libraries across America. Support your local library today. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this great show right here on Checkers Library TV. We hope you enjoyed the show, whether it was talking about the bicycles, the astronauts, the space, Mrs. Hamilton's crafts, Dr. Dan, or anything else we did in the show. We hope you had a great time. Did you have fun today, Snoozer?
Yes.
Oh, well, it's been great having you with me all year, Snoozer. Now, do keep in mind we have one more episode of Checkers Library TV, a very special episode. It's going to be celebrating insects and bees. We're also going to be talking a little bit about Memorial Day, and then we're moving on to our summer program, the Reading Road Trip, where Snoozer and I are going on all sorts of great adventures. So, if you guys aren't going to be joining us for that, we are so glad you've been with us all year round. Do watch our final episode of Checkers Library TV, the special episode, and have a great week checking out books, getting ready for your summer, riding your bike, and being safe while you're doing it. We'll check back with you next time, right here on Checkers Library TV. Hey, Snoozer, let's take off!